Welcome back. Now, under Python basics, let us start with tokens. See, my dear friends, how you learn any language. In any language, we have first characters. The characters are combined to form words, and the words are combined using grammar rules to form sentences. And these sentences can be logically combined to create some story. Okay? So, to create these sentences, we are going to use the grammar rule. Now, in Python language also, we have characters. So, the characters are combined to form meaningful words, which are known as tokens. And these tokens are combined using syntax rules to form statements of Python programming language. And these statements are combined to form a Python program. See, not every combination of sentences form a story. So we need to combine sentences in a logical manner to create a beautiful story. Similarly, the statement to be combined in a logical manner to create program. The program may be a solution to a problem. Okay, so here we are going to talk about tokens. So Python characters form tokens. Of course, these tokens are meaningful words. So tokens are the basic building blocks of a program, and they are the smallest logical units having a meaning. So we can classify token into pi types in Python. So we classify them as keywords, identifiers, literals, operators, and special symbols. Okay. So in the first session, we talk about identifiers, keywords, and special symbols. Whereas in the second session of tokens, we talk about literals and operators. Now let us talk about identifiers. See, an identifier is a name given to entities like variables, classes, methods, etc. In Python, identifiers are references to variables, classes, or methods. Not any combination of characters can be identified. Okay, we are having rules for identifiers in Python. What is the first rule? Identifier is a combination of English alphabets, either uppercase or lowercase, digits 0 to 9, and underscore. Only these three type of characters can be used. English alphabets, uppercase or lowercase, digits, and underscore. And the second rule is first character must be a letter or underscore, not a digit. That is, identifier cannot start with a digit. Okay? Of course, identifiers starting with underscore have some special meaning we'll discuss in a while. Keywords. There are some keywords or reserved words, okay, which have some special purpose and they cannot be used as identifier. Okay? And fourth important point is identifiers are case sensitive. So let us understand this. See, for example, NUM. Can this be an identifier? Obviously, only English alphabets. Here I use lowercase letters. No problem. This can be an identifier. And actually, this identifier is different from this identifier. And this identifier is different from this identifier. So using just these three letters, I can create 8 different identifiers. So please be careful. And if you want, digits can be used in between. Underscore can be used anywhere in between, no problem. Okay. The condition is we cannot start with a digit. Of course, we can start with underscore, but starting with underscore, the identifiers are having some special meaning. We'll explore that in a while. Okay. So please note that. And the fifth condition, if you observe, there is no limit on the length of an identifier. So you can create identifier of any length, but that is not a good programming practice. Okay. So we use a decent length so that it can clearly identify or reference a particular variable, class, or a method. Okay. Please note. And of course, this is good programming practices. Generally, for variable names, we use snake case. See, for example, if it is a variable name like total cost, okay, so it is all lowercase letters separated by underscore. This is called snake case. Okay, snake case is this one. This is called snake case. That is lowercase words separated by underscore. It looks like a snake. And like functions and class names, they use Pascal case. That is, we have words. Each word, the first letter is capitalized. For example, suppose there is a method whose name is say merge sort. So this is what we call it as Pascal case. Of course, this is good programming practices. It is not that we have to follow these rules only. Okay. Even I don't follow exactly the same rules in this entire course. Okay. Please don't blame. I'm just giving you some good programming practices. And actually for constants, we use all capital letters. Please note, like in other programming languages, Python does not have constants. Okay, even if you call it as a constant, it is not necessary that it has to be fixed like that. Okay, but it's a good programming practice to identify a particular number as a constant. We use all capital letters. Okay, even this is a good programming practice and it is not a rule. Please note that. Now, as I told you earlier, identifiers starting or ending with underscore often have special meaning. Okay. For example, you can name a variable just with underscore, single letter. You can have a variable name with single letter and it can be only single underscore. See, generally the single underscore is used as a temporary variable. Okay. See, for example, loop control variables. Okay, for I is equal to like that, you write now that I variable, instead of that I, you can use underscore. And actually, if you use in interactive mode, the last expression result is contained in this underscore. Let us try to see this. I'll just show you. Let us open this interactive mode. Suppose we have some expression. Okay. So what is the value of the expression? 12. So we can use underscore to get the value of that value of the last expression. So 12 plus 6, you get 18. Underscore into 5. That is 18 into 5, which is 90. So the last expression value is stored in this underscore value underscore variable in interactive mode. Only in the interactive mode. Please note that. Okay. And we have this single underscore and the variable name. Suppose if a variable name starts with a single underscore, they are generally private variables. That is, these are the variables used within that particular module. Okay, so we cannot import in the other modules. Okay, so they are private to the module in which they lies. Suppose the variable name starts with 2 underscores. Here actually this is 2 underscores, sir. Okay. Then it is a strongly private variable. That is, this variable is variable for a particular class or a method. So these are the variables of a method or a class within a module. Okay. Even other methods or modules within the Other methods or classes cannot use this particular variable. So they are called strongly private variables. And this, variables which starts with double underscore and end with double underscore, they are language specific special identifiers or system defined names. And they have special meaning to the interpreter. Okay, so they are often used for built-in methods or attributes. Like you see this double underscore, init double underscore, it is used for constructor method. Double underscore str double underscore is used for string representation. If you remember, we also use this double underscore doc double underscore attribute earlier. If you remember this, double underscore doc double underscore. See, this is used for documentation string. For example, if you want to know the documentation of, say, print function, you can use this double underscore doc double underscore attribute or identifier. So these are the language specific special identifiers. So it will give you the documentation of that particular function. Is that clear? So whenever you are using this underscore, please note they are having some special meaning. So if a variable name starts with a single underscore, it is private. That is, it is a variable name restricted to the module. And if it starts with double underscore, it is a variable name restricted to a method or a class. And if it starts with double underscore and end with double underscore, it is a language specific special identifier. For special identifier, we are going to use this particular identifiers, my dear friends. So this is about identifiers. See, the second type of Python tokens are keywords. The keywords are the reserved words in Python. That is, these are the words which are used for special purpose, and we cannot use these reserved words for any other purpose. And these keywords are case sensitive, and we cannot use them as identifiers like names of a class, method, or function. So keywords cannot be used as identifiers. So they are case sensitive, they cannot be used as identifier, and they are reserved for some special purpose. Suppose you want to know what are the keywords Python is having. You can just import this module, keyword module, and keyword dot this attribute kw list. Okay, this, if you run, you're going to get the list of keywords in Python. So this is the list of keywords in Python, my dear friends. You can just take it as a scrollable list so that you can see all the keywords: false, none, true, etc. Now you want to know how many keywords are there. So you can just use this length function or length function, keyword dot kw list. So you see there are totally 35 keywords. See, we can classify the keywords like this. The value keywords. Okay. So this true and false are Boolean values, and this none represent no value. See, actually, if you observe, only these three keywords start with a capital letter. All other keywords are entirely in lowercase letter. Please note that. True starts with capital T, false starts with capital F, and none start with capital N. Please note this. All other keywords are lowercase letters. So these are the value keywords. See, we have many operators like arithmetic operator, relational operator, etc. But this and or not, these are the logical operator keywords. In is membership operator keyword, and is identity operator keyword. Okay. Of course, we are going to explore these keywords when we discuss a particular topic in detail. Okay. Here we are just trying to understand what are the different keywords in Python language. See, actually, if you understand the keywords properly, then you understand the language perfectly. Okay. So we are going to explore these keywords when we discuss the topic in more detailed manner. Next, we have control flow keywords. if, elif and else are used for selection control, and for and while are used for repetition control ya to loop control. Okay, please note in Python we do not have do while. Okay, and break and continue are used in this control flow structures. Okay, we also have the structural keywords like def, class, etc. See, this def is used for defining functions, whereas class is used to create class. So the variable handling keywords like del, deleting keyword, global and non-local variables. We have return keywords like return and yield. See, the import keywords are used to import other modules to your module or functions in other modules to your module. We also have this exception handling keywords like try, except, rise, finally, assert, async, and event. So this is about keywords in Python. Now the next type of Python tokens are special symbols. So under special symbols, we are going to talk about the escape sequences and delimiters. Okay. See, an escape sequence is a backslash character. See, a backslash with some character give rise to special print effect by changing the meaning of some characters. Okay. So some commonly used escape sequences in Python are, see, for backslash we are having backslash followed by backslash. For single quote we are having backslash followed by single quote. For double quote we are having backslash followed by double quote. See, even though we are having so many escape sequences, I suggest you to know about mainly these two escape sequences. One is new line and the other one is tab. See, in Python we are having three types of quotes. We can use single quotes within print statement. We can use double quotes. We can also use triple quotes. See, for example, you want to print a single quote within a string using print function. Okay. So normally in C language or any other languages, okay, if you want to get the single quote, we have to use this backslash single quote. But in Python, suppose you want this single quote between hello and world. You can write hello, world. So this single quote is printed directly without use of backslash character. Suppose you want to print a double quote between hello and world. So instead of using single quote, double quote here, we can use single quote. Then what happens? Automatically the double quote is printed without using backslash character. Of course, for new line and tab, we are going to use the backslash characters. But for getting this, question marks, single quote, double quote, or some special effect, we don't have to use the backslash characters in Python. So because we are having provision, because here the strings can be enclosed within single quotes, strings can be enclosed within double quotes. We can enclose them within double quotes. We can also enclose the strings between triple quotes, triple single quotes, yeah, triple double quotes. Okay, you can enclose between triple. Okay, let me clear this first. Triple double quotes. So if you use this triple quotes, there is no need of worrying about any of the backslash characters except the new line and tab characters. See here, see, even if it is a single quote, you can directly get it with the triple quotes. Is the idea clear? So because of that, the backslash characters, they do not have much weightage in Python language. Okay. Then we have this delimiters, which are used for special syntax purpose. So parentheses are used for grouping and calling functions. Square brackets are used for creating lists, okay, and accessing the list elements. Curly braces are used for dictionaries, okay. Of course, here they are not used for defining coding blocks, sir. You can ignore this part. We don't use curly braces for defining coding blocks. that is in other languages. Okay. Then colon is used in functions, definitions, loops, conditional statements, and dictionaries. Semicolon is used to separate statements on the same line. Comma used to separate items in list. For example, if you are having multiple values, to separate them, we use comma. And function arguments you want to separate, we use comma. See, this ellipsis is very, very interesting. Ellipsis is used to represent omitted parts of code or data. Okay, we'll explore later. Then this arrow operator is used in function annotation to indicate return types. So this is about special symbols in Python language. Okay. In the next session, we are going to talk about the literals and operators, the next type of tokens. Thank you.